two behemoths, two universes, one unstoppable force and one immovable object. In one corner, the green Goliath from Marvel Dr. Bruce Banner, better known as the Hulk. In the other, the ultimate destroyer of Krypton's finest Doomsday, DC's living engine of extinction. The question today, who smashes harder? Let's set the stage. When Bruce Banner gets angry, you'd better hope you're not standing in his way. Radiation made him a living paradox. The more out of control, the stronger he gets. There's no upper limit to Hulk's fury, no governor on the power meter. The madder he becomes, the more impossible his might. Hulk has traded blows with gods, cracked continents, even held together the tectonic plates of a planet with his bare hands. He's ripped apart tanks, shrugged off antimatter explosions, and brought thunder down on world-conquering despots. Once in a fit of literal world-shattering rage, he shook the very continent he stood on. But Hulk isn't only about brute strength. There's a tragic mind beneath the monstrous forma, never-ending struggle between intellect and rage. Sometimes these two sides cooperate. Sometimes they clash. The result? Feats that border on myth. When the so-called world-breaker persona emerges the point where Banner's intellect and Hulk's power align, you get a monster whose footsteps cause earthquakes. In World War Hulk, it took the entire planet's mightiest heroes to slow him down. For a guy with smash as his catchphrase, it's more than marketing, it's a promise. Then there's Doomsday. No origin story quite like his. Bred to die, bred to return, each time harder and harder to kill. Created on prehistoric Krypton and repeatedly destroyed by the planet's hostile environment, Doomsday was resurrected after each brutal demise. Immunity to whatever previously killed him baked right into his DNA. By the time he landed on Earth, he was a sentient extinction event. Think a living Doomsday device with one directive obliteration. Doomsday's smash is less about raw anger, more about ruthless inevitability. He doesn't fight to grow stronger. He's evolution given violence. The most infamous moment? Superman number 75. A titanic brawl at the heart of Metropolis, buildings toppling, shockwaves flattening city blocks, culminating in Doomsday doing what no other villain had managed: kill Superman. Doomsday's punch didn't just break bones. It broke hope. And he doesn't stay dead. Strip him down to atoms, he reforms. Try fire, acid, entropy, speed force. They only make him more indestructible once he's been beaten by something magic, say, or a certain blue Andred superhero. He returns immune to it. Smash. A learning algorithm made flesh, applied with unyielding brutality. So when Hulk meets obstacle, he gets angrier and surpasses it. When Doomsday meets obstacle, he dies, comes back, and renders that obstacle obsolete. Both possess limitless escalation, but the flavor of their destruction is different. For instance, Hulk's greatest smash moments are often outsized, catastrophic cracking planets, blowing apart asteroids, battling gods to a standstill. His rage is rocket fuel. There was the time he punched so hard through a temporal paradox that reality itself had to adjust. If there's a ceiling to Hulk's strength, we haven't seen it at least, not without destroying the universe to find out. Doomsday, on the other hand, specializes in focused, apocalyptic carnage. It's not about rage, it's about inevitability. He wiped out an entire alien race without breaking stride. Even Darkseid, the tyrant of Apocalypse, once found himself on the receiving end of Doomsday's unstoppable violence. He's the horror story every Kryptonian tells. Put them in a ring, and what happens? Hulk gets pummeled, grows angrier, stronger, Doomsday adapts, comes back tougher, more resistant. Hulk's fist against Doomsday's bones. Neither would tire, neither would yield. One's limit is his own fury, the other's is the next extinction. Who smashes harder? Hulk's destruction is a crescendo, earthquakes, shockwaves, the promise of power without end. Doomsday is the metronome of Armageddon, blunt, inevitable, and ever-evolving. If smash means breaking limits, Hulk may have the edgier force of nature with no maximum setting. If smash means the assurance of obliteration, then Doomsday is the final answer. In the end, it comes down to this. Hulk smashes because he must. Doomsday smashes because he was born to. When the Green Goliath and the living apocalypse collide, the only thing certain is the crater they'll leave behind. Maybe the question isn't who smashes harder, but who, or what, will survive the smash.